Oh boy, a movie from a car company. This'll be even more fun than all those video games from fast food places. Achievement USA, the story of patting yourself on the back for doing the bare minimum. The achievement clearly wasn't creative font choice. Not that I'm one to judge.
It looks like an ordinary day in the USA.
That bad, huh?
In the city of Flint, Michigan, all is excitement.
Yeah, half minute in, this is already aged awkwardly. Thanks, 50s.
And the older boys and girls are let out of school. Oh, this is a day. The whole town's a bustle.
Better adjusted, Irene Dunn.
There's going to be a parade, too. And what's a parade without festive bunting and gala decoration?
You call that bunting festive? Looks like a funeral procession. Must keep corporate branding formation.
And all over town,
in the old days, the cars stayed still and the drive-thrus came to them.
For this parade is going to be a mile long.
Don't go making claims you can't prove to Judge Al Lewis. Beep, beep, get off the road, Soundsational.
And in the town auditorium, a troupe of Broadway and Hollywood artists.
Well, shouldn't the GM Futurama be played on holophoner?
Symbolizing the teamwork and progress of GM people everywhere.
Who invited the discount Donald O'Connor back there?
Of very important guests. Hundreds of guests. Many of whom will arrive in Flint on a train pulled by a glistening diesel. A golden engine for a golden day.
Sneaking some train propaganda into our car propaganda film.
Coast to coast on this day, everywhere General Motors people are at work. For today in the USA,
the Warriors come out to play.
The family is playing host, with open house at every plant. For this is a special day.
A lot of hubbub for your nephew's bar mitzvah.
A day of achievement for the whole USA. For on this day, General Motors is building its 50 millionth car.
Yeah, big deal. I just ate my 50 millionth tater tot.
So no wonder celebration is in the very air.
I think that carnival pun forever poisoned the mind of a young John Lasseter.
The red carpets are out.
Red carpet designed by Brian De Palma.
The signs of welcome are proudly displayed. Mothers are bringing the children to town. For on this day of days, parking is no problem.
Just park the children in the back alley.
The stomping ground for the cowboy and diaper set.
Do not Google cowboy and diaper set.
And Buick's general manager, Ivan Wiles, drops in.
Played by Don Lake.
And now on the Chevrolet production line, an historic event is about to occur.
We're gonna teach this car to swim.
Millions of predecessors marching before, and the first of more millions following behind. A golden chassis arrives at the body drop.
I've got a golden chassis.
Well, this day in American progress, for the scurrying clock of history is striking 10. This Tuesday morning of November 23rd, 1954.
Swingin' Teddy Cara.
Swings the golden body of a car that's been 46 years in the making.
You'd think after 50 million they'd learn to make them faster.
Feat of the teamwork of American productive achievement. Unmatched anywhere, at any time.
Except for by that guy on TikTok who trained his monkey to open mail.
Of 50 million motor cars.
This film has 50 million mentions of the phrase 50 million.
Achievement by a great nation. By the 160 million free people of that nation.
Okay, if we all get some of the credit, can we all get some of your next bailout?
General Motors working together. Must be added the work of the countless thousands who supply GM. And the countless tens of thousands who supply them.
Wait, is GM a pyramid scheme?
Thousands of dealers and salesmen and servicemen
who bring the executives their Coke.
For GM products. And the investors who entrust savings and earnings to GM. And the millions upon millions of customers.
And the billions of sea creatures who died in the oil spills on the way to fuel our cars.
And this event. So with pride, shared by every GM man and woman everywhere, Chevrolet's general manager, T.H. Keating, marks the occasion with General Motors president, Harlow H. Curtis.
Both played by William H. Macy.
It is a real honor and a privilege for Chevrolet to produce the 50 millionth car for General Motors. It is a history-making achievement.
Okay, if you pat yourself on the back any harder, you'll give yourself a hernia.
It is a pleasure for me, Mr. Curtis, to present to you the key to the 50 millionth car.
Thank you very much, Mr. Keating.
But my license was revoked a week ago.
Men, of Chevrolet and Fisher,
Fisher Stevens, my guest of honor.
sincere congratulations. You have just helped accomplish something that has never been accomplished before.
Satisfying my wife.
You have produced the 50 millionth car built by General Motors in the United States
Bob Cummings' grandpa.
since 1908.
Before 1908, all bets were off.
This is a milestone
Okay, who melted Dwight Eisenhower?
in the world's industrial history. It was the vision
And Wanda.
of a bare handful of men here in Flint that launched General Motors.
And that lost our minds.
The automobile industry was a struggling infant at that time.
I had an onion on my seatbelt, which was the style at the time.
The same vision existed. Vision of the automobile
Driven by circus bears.
as an essential means of transportation,
So screw that train from earlier.
as a creator of jobs.
And a destroyer of
The result has
environments.
been the development of an industry that makes the greatest single contribution of any to the strength of the national economy.
This guy calls himself a car manufacturer. He hasn't slandered anyone who's rescuing children.
Principal source of our country's dynamic growth. The 50 millionth General Motors car produced in this country
In other countries, all bets are off.
as a symbol of vision of accomplishment to date. It also is a symbol of progress for the future.
Quick, cheer loudly so nobody will notice how boring he was.
So hoist those flags on high. Blow those whistles.
Smash the ceremonial taillight. We pay tribute to these wonderful cars with Walking on Foot. Ollie, the wooden soldiers. Oh, great. More pollution.
Ah, this is a day.
Yes, we've firmly established that this is a day.
Listening new models of the famous five.
It would take another 50 million cars before they'd invent a back seat.
GMC truck and coach with surging power for the wheels of progress.
Nah, that's not my bus either. I'm gonna be late to work.
Electromotive with the revolutionary power for the wheels of steel. That
The Paint the
puts
Day
you
parade is less impressive.
Iron horse. Fisher Body.
I hardly know her body.
From the days of demure Miss 1908 to modern as tomorrow Miss 1955.
Miss 2020 is just a housecoat filled with 6 rabid badgers.
UAW-CIO.
E-I-E-I-O.
100,000 members of the mighty GM team.
Well, I'm sure this positive relationship between GM and the union will never be threatened.
AC Spark Plug.
From Saved by the Bell?
And
Yeah. Yeah! It's McGruff's burnout cousin.
to make this nation strong. And here's General Motors Institute.
And a bunch of flashers. Still less sketchy than the goat and the dog.
Achievement. And Turnstile that puts GM's hardware out in front.
Mom, over here, I saved you a seat. Mom!
And of course, little did they dream it, here's the very first GM car.
They hadn't figured out how to make cars drive yet, so they all had to be carried around on parade floats.
In all history. And GM's Million, a 1919 Oldsmobile.
Same price as a roast beef at the Dubonnet Club.
5 million, a Pontiac from way back in 1926.
Bill Pontiac cutting a rug there. That was partially another Deep Cut News Radio reference.
Buick of only 3 years later, 1929.
The float clearly says 28, you gaslighting narrator.
Million, a Chevrolet of only yesterday, 1940.
A Chevrolet of yesterday.
Oh, it's a great day, all right. A salute to Mr. and Mrs. America.
But mostly all nations. Wait.
Who as one people have pioneered and protected the way of life that is the USA.
And we're confident that this depiction of a stable middle class will always be accurate.
Proudly symbolized here today by this unparalleled achievement that marks a milestone of progress, pointing the way towards still greater things.
Like even more cars.
Everywhere to share.
Teamwork, teamwork.
The boss gets rich off our teamwork.
And no doubters and scoffers.
I could have sworn I parked over here. This is exactly where I left my truck. Somebody stole all our cars during the parade.
Seen nothing yet.
I gotta say, Roger and Me is a lot less hard-hitting than I remember. Achievement unlocked! You just watched me make fun of Achievement USA. Oh, this is a day. Let's celebrate. Go outside and put up some festive bunting and gala decorations all over your street so that the traffic driving by can officially be considered a parade. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon supporters, not only for their continued financial support, but also for helping me brainstorm jokes for this riff. That's right, last month I started writing the first draft of this riff on a Patreon-exclusive live stream, and everyone in the chat helped me focus and made sure I didn't miss joke opportunities as they came along. I want to give shoutouts in particular to Rob Bergman, Micah Hirsch, Jacob Martin, Sam Ratner, Michael Rose, and of course my dear friends Charlie and Haley Callahan, who all pitched jokes and made observations that helped speed up the writing process immensely. If you want to join us next time, even a $1 pledge to patreon.com/Doggans will get you access to the next Patreon stream when it happens, and of course additional pledges will open up hours upon hours of Patreon exclusive bonus features for you. For instance, if you pledge $2 or more, you can watch next month's scripted video right now. It's an obsession to the moment on a certain cult classic cinematic masterpiece that stars a certain parody/polka songsmith. Thanks again for watching. If you laughed during this riff, share it with all your friends who have your same particular sense of humor. And until next time, this is Dave, signing off.